Hey guys, Psychic Pictures here, and I'm here to talk about the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Amiibo. So, with these Amiibo, I was like, are they going to create Amiibo for the past Smash Bros. Characters that do not have any Amiibo for them yet? The answer to that is actually yes. Some of them have been announced, others have not. Let's talk about it. Let's first talk about the Amiibo individually that are coming out on December 7th, 2018. So these Amiibo, from left to right, are Wolf, Ridley, and the Inkling Girl. So, Wolf. His doesn't look as good as it could be, but it could be a lot worse. But I still think that this is a really good design for Wolf, and I do love the Star Fox series, so it's a pretty good looking Amiibo. Next up is Ridley, and people are going absolutely nuts for this one, and for good reason. This one is quite possibly one of the best ones I've seen for Ridley, for Amiibo standards, and Ridley's looks really detailed, and it looks really good. The Inkling Girl, on the other hand, just looks like the Inkling Girls we've seen previously, and it seems like the Inkling Girl is just another one of the smooth models that they've gotten onto the Amiibo with. Next up, coming out on February 15th, 2019, is King K. Rool and the Ice Climbers. I'll mention the other one later, don't worry. So King K. Rool and the Ice Climbers. I really wanted a King K. Rool Amiibo, and they delivered. It looks really good, and so do the Ice Climbers. And the Ice Climbers, I'm like, yes, they finally have an Amiibo for them. They should have been in Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U and 3DS, but since they had technical difficulties on the 3DS, I can understand their exclusion for one game. But they delivered on the Amiibo, so we got two characters in one, which I really, really like for the Ice Climbers. And I really do like the King K. Rool one as well. It looks fantastic. Next up is the Piranha Plant, coming out February 15th, 2019. And might as well get the joke out of the way. Oh my goodness, look at those curves. Okay, that's it. So, the Piranha Plant, it actually looks really good. And I love the fact that the pot it is in is chipped, so that its tiny legs can come out and move the pot. I really like that little detail in the game and on the Amiibo as well. So, I really like the way this one looks. Now for the ones that are coming out in 2019. So, first off, we have Ken. So, in this direct that all these were revealed, I thought that Ken would be later than 2019 because of the reveal. Same with the Piranha Plant, but I was more so like, why are they coming out so soon instead of going and waiting a bit after their reveal? I don't know, but Ken's got a really good looking Amiibo figure. I've got no complaints. Next up is Isabelle, and Isabelle looks adorable. This one looks adorable. They could have gone without the clear coat, clear stand for her, I think, but I can understand why it's there anyway. Next up, we have Young Link, which this one looks really good. I'm a really big fan of Link and the Legend of Zelda series, and this one looks fantastic. I love the way the shield looks. I love the way Young Link is. That is cool. Next up, Pichu, and it looks adorable as well. Same thing applies for Pichu as it was with Isabelle. I would just be repeating myself. It's adorable. Next up is Daisy. And Daisy, oh, by the way, all these are coming out in 2019. I don't know. I don't know if I said that or not. But Daisy hers looks pretty good too. I would rather have a different pose that displays her abilities, but oh well, who cares? Not really. But if I had to have this pose, it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. Now we get to the characters that don't have Amiibo figures announced for them so far. I don't know if they're coming out in 2019. Maybe they're coming out in 2020. I don't know. But the missing ones are... I will go over them individually and say what I would think of their Amiibo. So, Snake. Solid Snake, for starters. And I think this Amiibo would look really good. They're probably putting this off so that they can make it as good as they can, which I'm all for. I don't know much about the Metal Gear Solid series, but having Snake be in there as an Amiibo, I think fans would clamor for this. So, why not wait and make it as good as you can before you announce it? That's my opinion on it, so no complaints here. Next up, on the missing Amiibo, Simon Belmont. This one I'm a little confused about, because they announced Simon Belmont pretty early in the development of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, so I'm really confused why Simon Belmont does not have an Amiibo currently. Or at least one that is announced. I'm very confused on that, and if anything, I said this in a previous video, but they've got to make sure that that whip looks as good as it should be in the Amiibo form. So, same thing applies to Richter Belmont, so I really don't have anything to say about Richter's as well, because they're pretty much the same character in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I'm not saying they're the same character, but in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, they echo each other, so they're slightly same characters. So, people are probably going to take that weird. I'm sorry. But Simon and Richter Belmont, I do say that they should have had Amiibo announced for them so far, but if they need to make the Amiibo have more time put into it, I am fully for it. Next, we have Chrom. So, I do think that Chroms should have already been announced, but again, if they need time to make the Amiibo, take their time. They should get it right when they can. So, I'm pretty sure the Chrom Amiibo is going to be announced a little bit later. It's definitely not coming out on February 15th, which I would like for it to, but I don't think that it's coming out on that day. I think it's coming out probably in May. It might be in May, it might be later than that, I don't know. But the Chrom Amiibo, I don't think should have been a big issue to make, because they've already made a Chrom Amiibo. Dark Samus. Here we go. So, I don't know what they're going to do for Dark Samus, but it should have been obvious that they should have put this out pretty early. I thought for sure it would be one of the first Amiibo that we saw, but there's no Amiibo for it yet, and there's no release date on when this Amiibo will be coming out. There's definitely evidence to say it will come out, we just don't know when. So, I don't know when this particular Amiibo is coming out, but I think it would be extremely cool to see it. what if it lit up as well? Like the Boo Amiibo that we have. That lit up, that glowed in the dark. What about if Dark Samus did that? It looks like her armor does light up, and that would be extremely cool for Dark Samus to have her body armor light up in certain places. That would be really cool. Last, but definitely not least, is Incineroar. Yet again, I'm surprised that this one's not announced yet, because Ken and Piranha Plant were announced in the same direct that Incineroar was announced, and the other two have Amiibo to them as well. So I'm not sure why they didn't put Incineroar as having an Amiibo already with them. So it should have been announced. I don't know why it's not. And that's pretty much all I've got to say with these Amiibo. Next time we'll do some more Super Smash Bros. Talk. This has been Psychic Pictures, and I'll see you guys next time.